the end of the world could be I think when you go on a journey, you normally know where you want to be, your destination. We have to vision our destination because it's not the end of the journey we're all on at the moment. The end of the journey we're all on at the moment is over the cliff. Earlier last year, I came across a movement called the Transition Town Movement, and it's based on the recognition that due to climate change and due to peak oil, which is the fact that we have got to the maximum point of exploitation of oil, and now it's basically going to be a reduction in supply of about 2 to 3% a year. Things are going to change. Our world is going to change. And it's going to happen fast and it's going to happen soon. So how much better to get hold of this change and do it rather than kind of sit around and wait to be hit over the head by it. And that captures people's imagination. Once they realise that we're heading for a zero carbon world anyway, get in there soon, beat the curve, do the change, is really engaging. If the governments are too scared to do anything on a global scale, we have to show them the way. We have to find a way of achieving a tipping point of consciousness to think forward to the future, to a good, low-energy future in our community, and think, what would that look like? What would it taste like? What would it smell like? What would it sound like? Right, how can we build the picture of the future? And then once we've done that in great detail, taking in all aspects, health, food, transport, energy, we then work back to the present to provide a really practical, timetabled pathway to the future. Obviously the solutions, particularly in Brixton, where I've set up Transition Town Brixton, are going to be difficult because Brixton is not like a market town. It's not a model of sustainability. It's in a post-industrial age city. But there's so much we can do. There's so much waste that is all around us. There's so much madness. Get rid of the madness, get rid of the waste, reconnect with the people who we're going to have to live and work with, and supply as much as we can locally, and then build connections with other communities that can fill the gaps. So we'll have a satellite community out in Sussex and Surrey and Hampshire and Kent, helping supply the city rather than locking into this mad globalised economy that we're part of now. I mean, the idea that agriculture in this country in the West takes 10 calories of fossil fuel energy to produce 1 calorie of food is patently unsustainable. When people hear that, they go, what? And then you say, well, if that collapses and it's going to go through difficulties, what do we eat? Where do we get our food from? And then one can start to look around and say, where do we get our food from? Where are we going to power our community? How are we going to travel? Are we going to travel as much? How are we going to do things differently? It's not going to be easy, but it is going to be rich. And we have to start designing that now.